Deleted session 886. End of dictation. Give us a moment. Personal now. Both of you know all that. That is, the material have just delivered. In one way or another, your creative abilities have always sustained you, at least with subconscious knowledge, and with a sense of the greater creative capacities always present within you. You have always sent more than you knew, both of you. So in that area, Framework 2 has represented a natural affiliation with your conscious selves. You were creatively filled out by it. You knew you were an artist, whether you sold or not, or whatever you did. You knew you were an artist. Your impulses led you to paint. They led you to write also. They led you to fill out your creative self, to open new doors. Rupert in his way felt in the same fashion. You both felt sure of yourselves in that regard. In that regard, after that, Rupert felt that he must protect his ability, guarding it against the world, and even against any other tendencies that he felt might run counter to his ability. He wanted to protect himself against the artistic temperament, as it is conventionally understood. He thought that body and mind were two different things, that the body must be controlled for the sake of the mind, that his consciousness existed apart, in his head, say, with its own abilities, while his body had its own pursuits as apart from his own. His creative, spontaneous self created the body to begin with, and all of its physical desires were precisely those that his creative abilities needed. A quickness of body and mind working together, a quick perception mentally and physically, a natural exhilaration that is supported by the power of his own nature. He over-specialized his ideas of creativity, for everything that comes to his attention is grist for the mill. As I said before, he must realize that it is safe and natural and good to express his being freely, not just a certain decided upon portion of it. I will have more to say about this on Wednesday evening, and in the meantime, make a habit yourself of asking, as you did this evening, about walking after dinner. If you understand what I am saying, then you will realize that basically your impulses will never betray you, but always add to your natural fulfillment, and that of your abilities. So have him, again, try to be more permissive in that regard. He is still afraid that his impulses will lead him away from work, where instead they provide the greater context from which the greater existence springs. His impulses provide him with inspiration also. There may be days when his impulses lead him to do housework, or sounds, to want to work more, but that freer inner motion will also release him from the kind of inspiration he wants. Now, I have in the meantime some recommendations which should not just be paled away. Tell him 1. Follow his impulses. 2. Write at least several paragraphs about his feelings each day. 3. Concentrate upon psychological, psychic, and physical motion. End of session. My fine letter writer. And a fond good evening to you both. Ralph said, "Thank you, Seth."